Hey, Cheyanne, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. It's such an honor.
So Cheyanne Flerx, you are one of our speakers here, and I was wondering if you could just introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes, so I am a former veterinary assistant and a former veterinary marketer for my former hospital, and now I am focusing all my time and energy on helping other people pursue that passion they have for social media marketing, or really just help them step up and level up their game in social media in their own clinic. So.
I love that. And one of my favorite things about your story is that you were a vet assistant, and you said you were basically in charge of your clinic's social media, like from the beginning, from day one, and which is so often how it is. It's like, oh, here's a young, motivated person. Let's put them in charge of social media.
Exactly.
And then you basically worked that into a career where now that's your entire job and you're helping other people do that. And I think that's so great. You really had a vision that was different than what we're all taught we can do. And that is super cool. I love hearing stories like that.
Yeah, to me, that's the beautiful thing about veterinary medicine, where there's so many different options that we can pursue.
Totally. So I want to ask you, what does it mean to you to create a better world in veterinary medicine?
That's such a good question. And at first, I don't know how to answer that. But to me, and as far as the line of work that I do, it's really just empowering people to pursue their dreams within veterinary medicine. And even if that's non-conventional, like how I did, or even just being the best support team member or best practice owner, just helping them be the best that they can so that we can all make this a better place to work in.
That is fantastic. It's really an abundance mindset that we can all achieve if we help each other.
Absolutely.
Versus a competition, which I feel like we're taught so much that we just a lot of times are kind of butting heads and like side-eyeing each other in this profession, and we can get so much further and do so much more if we cooperate with each other and help each other.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's really important for people listening to understand that as a vet assistant, you had the confidence, whether you felt it or not.
Yeah.
Like you had the confidence to go to your managers and say, I want this to be what I do for you. I want to be your marketing manager. Yeah. And that's not because being a vet assistant is just a vet assistant. Vet assistants are essential. Yeah. But it's that you saw a way to maneuver your job into something that really worked for you, but that could also help them. And then they were open to it.
Yeah.
And that's a good lesson, I think, for a lot of people in this profession to learn, is that just because a job doesn't look like a job you thought existed,
Absolutely.
doesn't mean that it can't exist.
Absolutely. And I'd love to expand on that a little bit more for those who don't know my story. But when I applied for my job at my practice, I had no experience. Like, I did 4-H growing up, but those who have done 4-H, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
And so when I applied for the job, first day I got accepted, they're like, can you help me with our Facebook page? Basically looking at me like, I'm a millennial. You know how to use Facebook.
Right.
Really at that time, I didn't know how to use it personally. So I was like, okay, why not? We'll go for it. But I had no formal training in marketing whatsoever. I self-taught myself on the job. I sought out other people and mentors in our space. And I actually applied at that practice so I could get into vet school. And so looking back now, I have a bachelor's degree in mathematics and science, but it's nothing at all related to what I'm doing now, which I just find so wonderful just to see how far my journey has come.
Yeah, that is great. Same. Art history major here. Yes. That's coming in handy.
Yeah, exactly.
But lessons that you learned in your education for sure have helped you get here.
Yes.
And that I have a friend who likes to say, because she's trained as an accountant and now she's a personal trainer who owns a fitness studio. Yeah. And she likes to say that no education is ever wasted.
Absolutely.
And I think that's a really important lesson, is just because you may not be doing what you set out to do, that's sometimes the journey, and it's not a failure. In fact, I would consider that a big success, that you shaped that path for yourself and didn't just do what you were expected to do.
Exactly. You can leverage your past experiences to really help you become the person you want to become nowadays.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, Cheyanne, thank you so much for stopping by. And I really think that you are doing incredible things to create a better world in vet med, just by giving people the confidence to learn more about social media and marketing themselves, and also sometimes learning that they need to ask for help in those areas, and it's okay to do so.
Yes.
And you're available to help them.
Yes, 100%. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thanks so
to
much.
speak with you.
Enjoy the rest of the conference.
Thank you, you too.